with Jimenita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Call it midweek, we call it momentum. It's Wednesday, May 6th, and I'm Jimenita Swain, and this is What's Trending. We have a lot to get through. Let's get started. But first, a bit of context from last night. Political parties gathered at police headquarters amid reports that ballot boxes from the advanced polls were being relocated to the Parliamentary Registration Department. As it turned out, it was a miscommunication. The boxes were being transported were actually boxes from the Family Island ahead of the general election on May 12th. Once that was clarified, tensions eased and it was decided the boxes would be moved this morning. Now, representatives from all parties agreed that the process ran much more smoothly today. However, Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain raised concerns suggesting that some ballot boxes may have been tampered with. Representatives from both the PLP and FNM did not share those concerns. FNM Chairman Dwayne Sands stated that they were able to verify the boxes and confirmed they remained intact. Well, coming up on today's show, from primetime drama to true crime, one Bahamian actress is making serious moves on the international stage. And to round things out, are Caribbean voters checking out? From low voter turnout in Jamaica and Barbados to stronger numbers in Trinidad and Tobago, we ask why. And what could it mean for us on May 12th? We're taking a quick break, but there's more ahead when we return. Stay with us.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melting mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
She's bold, fearless, and flying the Bahamian flag on screens around the world.
Bahamian Footprints, presented by Coca-Cola.
From Tyler Perry's The Oval to gripping true crime series like Snapped and Murder Chose Me, she's building a name in one of the most competitive industries out there. Joining us via Zoom is rising Bahamian actress Kristen McIntosh. Welcome to What's Trending, Kristen.
Hello, Janita. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you with us. So you're originally from the Bahamas. How has growing up here influenced your perspective and the kind of stories you want to tell?
I am definitely from the Bahamas, born and raised in Abaco, in Cooperstown to be exact. I would say that a lot of my childhood plays a really big part in who I bring to the audition and in these rooms. I think there's a million other women in this industry that look like me. And I think the one thing that makes me unique is the experiences that I've had in life. And I think there's no better way than to show your culture than through you.
I get that. So take us back to the beginning. What first made you say, I want to do this professionally?
Oh, to be honest with you, I think I was 13. And you can call this luck, you can call it full circle, or you can just say, you know, God already had this, you know, instilled in me from birth. And then after that, things just started aligning for me. I always had a colorful personality. I remember being in my grandmother's living room and they had the cassette players, and I used to record over the cassette players, mimicking the voices of the anchors on ZNS. And I would be the only child in the living room trying to watch the news anchors, the greats, Pakeisha Parker, Edgecombe, and I would try to study their diction. And I found that interesting. I didn't know too much about it to know that it was an actual career. My mom had a gift shop, and the local radio station came in, and they wanted to shoot a commercial for the Christmas holiday. Everyone always told me that I had a great voice, and I just didn't know to capitalize on that until now. But they instantly recommended that I record the voiceover for the commercial. So that was the first time I heard myself on TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a lot of people recognize you from the Oval. What was that moment like for you landing a role on such a major production?
I felt like, wow, you moved to America to pursue your dreams and to kind of, expose yourself to a different culture while pursuing your dreams. And I felt a lot of intimidation doing that because a lot of my colleagues in this field, they have been here, they've been doing this, they've been going through the highs and the lows. But, I came here for college, and the original intent was to be a fashion designer. And I just didn't feel like that was it. My college internship was with one of the top agencies here in the Southeast. And immediately after stepping foot in that door on the first day of my internship, I knew that, this is exactly where I need to be. From there, I was signed, and then I've just been putting in work ever since.
That's great. But your character isn't afraid to challenge power. How do you tap into that kind of confidence on screen?
So I realized I didn't answer your question about how I felt about the Tyler Perry situation. Tying that in, I felt that I've finally accomplished something. Other people that were looking on the outside, on the inside, you're doing great, you graduated, you have your degree, but I felt like I need to get a credit, which is what we call it in the industry. I need a credit that is recognizable. I need a credit that's going to help propel me to the next show and the next show. And walking on to the Dream Center's platform to enter into the building, first of all, is mesmerizing. Tyler Perry really, really set that place up so that dreamers can actually feel like they have walked through the threshold of their dreams. And I'm still taken aback. This show was recorded back in late 2024, early 2025. And to this moment, I still haven't grasped the feeling of knowing that I actually am on this show as a guest star recurring for 2 seasons.
That definitely is awesome. So you're currently working in Atlanta, which is a major hub for film and television. What has that experience been like navigating in such a fast-paced industry?
Honestly, my head has been down ever since the show, studying and networking. Once you receive such a network credit like the Oval, what ends up happening is casting directors have you on their radar, and immediately that helps your career. For me, I tend to build relationships in the industry, and I think the relationships is what gets me to the next step. It's just busy with networking.
Just quickly for us, for young Bahamians watching you right now, seeing someone from home doing this on the international level, what would you say to them?
I would say, don't be afraid to dream. I think anything is possible, especially in this day and age. A lot of individuals are finding ways to fulfill their dreams without someone handing them the key. I think that a no is definitely an invitation to either revamp or to keep going.
Well, Kristen, we know that you're talented, you're focused, and proving that Bahamian stories and talent belong on the global stage. So thank you so much for joining us this evening, and definitely continue to do the great work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
When we come back, Caribbean comparisons when we vote. Stay with us.
Bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Take your business to the next level by joining the Tourism Development Corporation's Tourism Business and Products Registry. This registry will act as a hub for all Bahamian tourism-related ventures across the blue, green, and orange economies, ensuring that our entrepreneurs get the support, access, and connections they need to help develop a stronger business and ultimately a stronger industry. Join now at tdcbahamas.com.
Across the Caribbean, recent elections are raising serious questions about voter participation and political power. In countries like Jamaica and Barbados, turnout has dipped below 40%. But in Trinidad and Tobago and Belize, voters showed up in stronger numbers. So what's really going on, and what does it mean for democracy in the region? And joining us to break it all down is journalist and regional analyst Altaviz Munnings. Welcome back. It's always good to have you here with us.
Thanks so much, Jimenita. Good to see you.
Likewise. So, you have been following politics for years. Let's start with the big picture. Are we seeing a true decline in voter turnout, or are these country-specific trends?
I think it's a little bit of both, because like you mentioned, in Jamaica and Barbados, there was low voter turnout in their recent elections. But in the election last week in Antigua and Barbuda, they had over 60%. And then there are a lot of regional countries that experience similar issues like we do here in the Bahamas, economics, climate change, etc. And a lot of them, too, are sometimes tired of just the whole electoral process, and some of them are excited for it. So I feel as though it's a mix of the two. Unfortunately, the lower voter numbers are dominating headlines more than the higher voter numbers, because there's so much lower voter apathy across the region.
Now, in Jamaica, the turnout fell just under 40%, and Barbados was tracking similarly. What's driving that level of disengagement from what we've seen in the headlines? What do you think?
Well, I was surprised to know that there was a low voter turnout in Barbados, knowing that the Prime Minister won all of the seats in the entire parliament.
Resoundingly.
So resoundingly, she won. Like, they don't even have an opposition. But I know that they're also experiencing some challenges in their socio-economic sectors, and sometimes in some education. But Jamaica, everybody know, the world knew that Jamaica was hit by the hurricane, and that devastated the entire island, and that kind of contributed to low voter turnout, because they're still rebuilding in Jamaica.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of people are still kind of putting their lives together following that massive storm.
Even now, they're still doing it, even though the hurricane it's going to be like a year approaching that they've experienced that devastating storm. So I feel as though for Jamaica, the hurricane played such a big force in low voter turnout, but it still worked out because Prime Minister Holness won, and he's still continuing to make sure that Jamaica is one of the top countries in the region.
That is very much true. So how much of this would you say you think is voter apathy? How much is structural things like migration, registration challenges, or access to polling stations? Now, access to the polling stations may have played an issue in Jamaica, as you touched on just now a few moments ago.
Some challenges could be voter options, better education, stronger community engagement, and it has made, while prime ministers and governments are trying to increase those sectors of their society, there's more that could be done. And I think voters are paying more attention to what's impacting them. Directly.
Right.
Economics is directing them directly.
Specifically, that's the bottom line. That's their pocket. Everybody is looking at that.
That's the main issue, I think, right now, is economics. If a country is suffering economically, voter turnout is going to suffer. I also want to say, too, the younger generation is playing a huge role in voter apathy, because while we're anticipating our elections here in the Bahamas next week, a lot of young people here don't want to vote. And I think that's the same thing in some of the other countries. In Barbados, I read that a lot of young people did not want to vote.
So I can understand that. So as you touched on earlier, we saw that Barbados saw a near complete sweep by the ruling party. Does the kind of dominance, you think, discourage people also from coming out to vote?
I don't think so. I followed Prime Minister Motley on TikTok. First of all, I was surprised that she created a TikTok account, but she had to get with the times.
That seems to be another trending thing that we are seeing leaders and even just candidates are creating their own profiles. I don't know if that's one way they feel of, you know, connecting more with the voters at various stages and ages.
So. Yeah, I think so, but a lot of, when I was watching her campaign, she had so many people on her campaign and everybody was talking about, oh, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Right.
I couldn't even see anybody, you know, saying that they were going to vote for the other party because nobody was really generating support publicly for the other party because Prime Minister Motley did so much for Barbados. They wanted to continue that momentum. There is an opposition in Barbados. There is an opposition in Barbados, don't get me wrong, and the Prime Minister is encouraging the opposition to do their part. But I feel as though the world is noticing that Barbados is setting the precedent where they can have a majority government, and they're going to make sure that the Barbados or their citizens enjoy a majority government and what all comes with that.
And so we've noticed different patterns across the region. Many parties include the word labor in their names. Do you think that's tied to our shared political roots and colonial history?
I think so, because I didn't really notice it until I was researching for this interview. You know, you just get so used to United Labour Party, this progressive Labour Party in Bermuda.
You have the JLP. Yeah. I mean, there's so many different parties. You know, the JLP in Jamaica, that's the Jamaica Labour Party. And then you have the People's National Party also in Jamaica. And not only that, the similarities are in the colors as well. Because, you know, it's either red or yellow, orange or green. I was like, oh, okay.
Because Bermuda has the same party colors as the PLP here. But when you ask about the Labour Party, I feel as though Labour is ensuring that the workers of that country are
represented.
Yeah, and that they're highlighted. And the organization wants the country to know that this Labour Party will fight and work for you.
Because that has been consistently throughout the region.
It's for centuries.
Yeah. All right. Well, when we come back, why some countries are seeing stronger turnout and what can be done to re-engage voters. Stay with us.
Like, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special place. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
We're continuing our conversation with Altaviz on voter participation across the Caribbean. So let's look at Trinidad and Tobago. The turnout there was above 58%. What do you think that they are doing differently? I know when we started earlier on, you mentioned Antigua and Barbuda. I think they had a larger number than that.
60.
So what do you think those other countries are doing differently that maybe encouraged more people to come out? Some may say the population's smaller. I don't know.
What I realized in Trinidad and Tobago's case, unfortunately, and I don't want to sound negative, I think they were just tired of the PNM, the People's National Movement. They were just tired and they just wanted to change. The current Prime Minister, this will be her second term. She made a difference in her first term. And I think that when the Prime Minister, Stuart Young, Keith Rowley was the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He resigned, and Stuart Young became the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
In the interim.
Interim. And on his second day in office, he announced the snap election. Didn't really give people time to, you know,
prepare
for it.
Kind of gather and figure out, you know, what's going to go. So they say, hello, Kamala, we're going to take you back. Let's go with Ms. Kamala.
Because too, while she was in opposition, she was really making a name for herself while she was in opposition. And I think that her platform enticed Trinidad and Tobago residents more than the PNM. And because the Trinidad and Tobago residents just want to change right away, they re-elected
was probably
Kamala.
the catalyst.
I think that's really what happened.
The other thing that we have also been seeing in the region too is a number of female leaders. I know we've seen the Honorable Mia Motley has been strong. We mentioned just now Kamala Persad-Bissessar. But there are other female leaders dominating in the region as well. That was interesting to see. What do you think about that?
I think female leaders are making a name for themselves, all because when you go anywhere in the world and you say Prime Minister Mia Motley, they automatically know who she is. I think she set the precedent for regional female leaders, and not just in politics. The CARICOM Secretary General just got re-elected, and she's making a name for herself, Dr. Barnett.
Yes.
And I feel as though the world is looking at the Caribbean now as a political melting pot for female leaders. And a lot of them, females are going to be in the probably next 2 election cycles, really dominate and show the world that Caribbean women
are strong leaders.
Yeah, they're strong.
Okay. So does competitiveness play a role? If people feel like their vote can make a difference, are they more likely to show up? Because, you know, like sometimes we've seen elections past and present where sometimes you see, well, maybe that one vote really, really would have made a difference. But do you think that competitiveness that we see throughout, because, you know, everybody was on TikTok, especially if you watch the Jamaica elections, like everybody was doing their thing to get their messages out. Like you mentioned, Mia was on TikTok as well. Do you think we feel that competitiveness at the voter level?
I think so, because let's take, for instance, Antigua and Barbuda last week. Antigua and Barbuda is going to be the venue for the 2026 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Gaston Brown had to be re-elected as the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda because he's already had meetings to prepare for this global meeting. So he went all out to make sure, okay, all my opposition in Antigua and Barbuda, I'm not looking at you. I got to do what I got to do to win this, to make sure that I am here to head the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. And as you see, 62% voter turnout.
Yeah.
It was competitive beyond words in Antigua and Barbuda. I know the news director for the government station there. And while it didn't make too much regional headlines, a lot of people was watching because they're saying now a lot of the interim CARICOM leaders are being re-elected.
This seems to be getting into my next question, because we are also seeing a lot of them at the time when they may be the leader but also the incumbent, but they are also being re-elected, as you mentioned, with the Honorable Mia Motley, the Honorable Andrew Holness,
Philippi and St. Lucia, Gaston Brown in Antigua and Barbuda, Roosevelt Skerritt in Dominica. It seems as though it's a trend.
But there was a change, though. There was a change.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Ralph Gonzalez.
Ralph Gonzalez.
So I don't know what happened.
25 years. I think they just, you know what? We need to change. That competitiveness there made a difference as well, because the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, this is their first time in government in decades.
Yeah,
Gonzalez was in charge for like 25 years. So St. Vincent and Grenadine residents were really, really ready for change, and it was very competitive.
It was
because
evident.
Dr. Gonzalez, from what I was saying, didn't want to give up.
No, he did not. He fought.
Even though he didn't, he still didn't want to give up.
No. So looking ahead, what are some realistic steps that could actually boost voter turnout across the region?
Okay, after my research, I noticed that some common denominators is understanding the voter base.
Okay.
Simplifying the voter process. Making voting feel like an event.
Okay.
And educating voters thoroughly, because just today, literally today, someone came to me and asked, could ZNS please put a story on to let us know where our polling division?
Okay.
Because some people don't know where to go and vote. As simple as that.
Yeah, that is simple. That's key information. We all need to know that.
Information. So I feel as though those type of issues can increase voter turnout, because once voters understand what they're going to do, and once voters understand, okay, I'm going here, and they understand the entire process, it'll be easy and more people will come out. If they don't understand, you know, people can be talking, and negativeness can be dominating the voter campaign, the election campaign, when it really shouldn't be.
Understandable. Well, thank you so much, Altaviz. Always a pleasure chatting with you, and definitely a lot happening in the region, eh?
A lot. A lot.
So whether it's voter fatigue, political dominance, or shifting priorities, one thing is clear: Caribbean democracies are evolving. The question now is, how do we re-engage voters and strengthen participation? Or more What's Trending after the break.
The decision will be made here. From the first polls to that all-important count, the only way the National Network can bring it to you from all across the Bahamas, coverage like no one else can. Decision 2026. Election night in the Bahamas, the ZNS Network. Election night, 5 p.m. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
At the Eleuthera Business Outlook for 2026, Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Latia Duncombe, laid out the progress achieved for the island of Eleuthera in the tourism sector.
In 2025, Eleuthera and Harbor Island welcomed more than 119,000 visitors to these shores. 53% increase over the previous year and nearly doubling 2019 levels. As we look at this year alone, we see that strength. For the first 2 months of 2026, air arrivals into Eleuthera exceeded 17,000, slightly above last year and more than 50% ahead of 2019 levels. This level of stopover growth is particularly important. It reflects increased demand for the types of experiences that Eleuthera is known for: boutique, personalized, and increasingly wellness-driven travel. This tells us that the demand for Eleuthera is not only strong, it's sustained. We are deliberate and very targeted in our approach to airlift. And this year, we are seeing additional capacity in Eleuthera through key routes: Charlotte, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. These are not just flights. They represent increased access to key markets, greater visibility for Eleuthera, and expanded opportunity for businesses and communities across the island.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
In today's world, a community cannot plan enough for a potential disaster, especially a hurricane. I'm Mario Nuri, inviting you for a familiar walk. It's our 2026 Hurricane Seasonal Disaster Preparedness Program. Our special guest represents the Bahamas Red Cross, the Disaster Risk Management Authority, J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, and the Department of Meteorology. Join us, because preparation through education is less costly than learning through tragedy.
On Thursday's show, from megaphones to memes, see how campaigning has changed and how youth are reshaping the game. Before we go, happy birthday to Ian Stewart. We couldn't let this day pass without sending a special shout out to one of What's Trending's most loyal viewers. So Ian, thank you for always tuning in and being a part of our family. From all of us here, have an amazing birthday. Well, thanks for watching. Stay connected with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.
What you see on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, and programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcasted by this television station. The code is available on...
At the 66 Steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. Tension spilling over at the Parliamentary Registration Department amid allegations of a breach of confidentiality. Also, more details from the signing ceremony that now places Grand Bahama's energy sector under government control. And we hear from residents reacting to the long-awaited promise of energy relief now becoming a reality.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, tensions boiling over on Grand Bahama as residents gathered outside the Parliamentary Registration Department demanding answers over what they describe as a serious breach of confidential information. Frustration escalating throughout the day as claims emerged that sensitive personal data may have been shared with members of the opposition. An allegation opposition officials strongly deny. The developing controversy sparking outrage, concern, and calls for accountability. Our Charlie Jones was on the ground following the story from the very beginning and has tonight's top story.
Residents on Grand Bahama are outraged after allegedly receiving a tip that an employee of the Parliamentary Registration Department was given a written warning for revealing sensitive information to someone outside of the department. Now these residents are demanding answers from parliamentary officials.
We only came in today to see if those answers are facts. And if they're not factual, then we will, we just let the matter rest. But in this political climate, again, as you know, the FNM is accusing the PLP of trying to steal an election, right? But yet we have calls that were made today of an individual who's connected to Michael Pintard was caught sharing important documents or documents he should have not been seen from this office today. And that individual was reprimanded. She was warned, I understood. We can't take no warning at this time. We don't believe that individual should be working here as of today.
This incident stemmed from a voice message circulating social media where an individual can be heard accusing two parliamentary employees of taking photos of counterfoils and sending them to Free National Movement members. It's a move Richard Johnson says was made to advance the FNM in the 2026 general election.
We heard it's not right. And I don't think it's good in terms of, and you talk about the process. We are being accused of trying to steal an election. And they have persons on the inside here in Grand Bahama, in the PRD, we understand has been written up for unethical practices.
However, Kendall Culmer, executive of the Free National Movement, told ZNS News the individuals alleged to have been reprimanded for the incident was cleared of the allegations. He notes the accusations are nonsensical and is being blown out of proportion.
As far as I know, there was an investigation, nothing was found. The person was cleared, so everything that's circulating right now is just pure speculations, like you said. For one, the young lady who they said received the information is not even a part of our campaign team. As far as I know, she wasn't even given a written warning.
In response to residents claiming the F&M has been accusing the PLP of stealing the election, Culmer has this to say.
We're in the political season, and so some parties go tit for tat.
Now, the Parliamentary Registration Department declined to comment on the incident, but these residents say they do not intend to let the matter rest. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Charlia Jones.
Thanks, Charlia. Well, in other news, the government has now taken control of the Grand Bahama Power Company, a major move aimed at lowering electricity costs and bringing relief to residents across Grand Bahama. But beyond the acquisition itself, Prime Minister Philip Davis made it clear during the special signing ceremony that his main priority is easing the burden on Grand Bahamians, who he says have endured far too much over the years. For years, Grand Bahamians have complained about sky-high electricity bills.
My light bill is competing with my mortgage.
Reduce our usage of power, period.
Hundreds of social media posts, countless protests, and even political figures joining the call for relief.
We have a stubborn and a disrespectful corporate group. When people sleeping in their cars, sleeping outside on their patio because the power is off.
It also shows that you as a company lack compassion.
High energy costs have weighed heavily on residents, a burden many say has lasted far too long. But on Tuesday, May 5th, that long-standing cry for help was answered. The government, through the Grand Bahama Energy Company Limited, has acquired all outstanding shares of the Grand Bahama Power Company, putting control of the island's power supply into government hands.
Over many years, we heard what's going to happen to Grand Bahama, but it's always been talk, talk, talk. But for me, action matters.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis says the move is aimed at lowering electricity costs, easing the cost of living, and bringing Grand Bahama into the national energy strategy. But beyond policy, the Prime Minister says this move is personal.
I just want to see the family opening their light bill and seeing it lower. I want to see the business owner. I want to see the business owner with more room to hire and expand his business. See the pensioner with a little less pressure on the cost of living.
The announcement also bringing reassurance for employees of the power company. The Prime Minister says jobs, benefits, and status will be protected, with workers expected to play a key role in the country's broader energy reform efforts. But with the general election just days away, questions are now being raised about the timing of the deal.
This transaction has been in the making for quite a while. All right, the process just happened to be ending now. Should we abandon it?
Looking even more promising as the Davis-led administration has delivered on the promise to sell the Grand Lucayan Hotel property. This week, stakeholders revealed that the Hilton-branded resort is now part of the multi-million-dollar redevelopment plan. Residents are already weighing in on what it could mean for jobs, tourism, and local growth. Our Jolanda Thompson-Everest is live with their reaction. Jolanda.
Romiko, more good news for Grand Bahama as many residents are excited about the announcement of the Hilton brand being placed on top of one of these buildings. That alone is expected to expand the tourism market, transform the Lucayan Strip and Grand Bahama's tourism industry.
We believe that the future of this property is going to be rivaling that of Bahama based on what I am understanding. And so I'm excited.
Hilton is a good name. They are global. They have, a lot of reach.
Basically, we see it as a company that's going to bring international flair to Grand Bahama to help us promote overnight stays and to promote the tourism product.
The Hilton is a really good, reputable company, and I think we will enjoy it coming on board. And not only that, we'll be putting people back to work.
Being a former employee of the Strip, I think it brings revitalization to the Strip.
The developer behind the purchase of the Grand Lucayan confirms forthcoming construction of the new 550-room Hilton Hotel on Site 1 and Site 4, two of the development zones into which the property has been divided. The note also outlines broader redevelopment plans across the remaining sites within the Grand Lucayan property. But the big news is many residents say the redevelopment is long awaited, adding that the branded hotel will bring job opportunities to the island and help stabilize long-term economic activity. activity.
People can now look at what it is they can bring to cater to a new market, a new branded market, a higher end market.
The hotel industry goes up and down, right? But it will do. It won't be empty. You have slow period and high period, so it will do good for us.
550 rooms in the first instance is a great start when we have room for many, many more to come.
There will be a lot of high-end positions available and hopefully dedicated mainly to Bahamians.
As for a casino, one resident says Grand Bahama is in need of one, noting plans for casino development on Site 1 and Site 4 as part of the project.
That will bring more tourists here and a lot of persons who like to gamble and have those other activities on the island.
Now, Romiko, once again, this is all a part of a $700 million redevelopment plan for this strip. While no completion date has not been announced yet, it is a spark that many residents believe will revitalize the Grand Bahamas economy. Live from the Grand Lucayan, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everett. Back to you at the desk.
Great reporting. Thanks so much, Jolanda.
And still to come.
The Department of Agriculture's Animal Control Unit and Public Market officially reopening. That story and more. Stay with us.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Kingsley Smith Jr., candidate for West Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. It's still one love. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Celebrate Mom at Marianne's Restaurant and Lounge Mother's Day Buffet. Sunday, May 10th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. A variety of delicious dishes for just $40 for adults, $20 for kids. Call 602-6969 or 813-6969 to reserve.
Need glazing replacement parts fast? Clearview Glass has you covered for window doors, showers, and hurricane shutters. Your one-stop source for all window and door hardware. And if they don't have it, they can special order it. Call Clearview Glass today at 352-7694.
Eddie One, candidate for Marco City, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote. On May 12th, make your voice count. Ready with Eddie. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
When your body craves the water it needs, be sure to give it the best. Aroac Springs.
Mother's Day is right around the corner, and if you're thinking about what to get her this year, make it something that lasts. At Connect Bahamas, we transform everyday spaces into something that's truly special. From custom cabinets and elegant countertops to tiles, premium flooring, windows, and doors. And just in time for Mother's Day, Connect Bahamas is back with our 35% off Mother's Day sale happening April 16th through May 16th. This is your moment to upgrade her home. Visit us today and take advantage of the savings.
The F&M can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but petty enough to drag us back.
Make
tobacco come from?
Even when the bees must kill you in the morning.
Oh, Jesus.
They strand him right up by stinging right up.
I was frozen up. Very well.
We're glad to see somebody who's concerned.
I'm here.
Yes,
and you're not a friend.
Yes, I know where the
You got our number and everything, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right?
Blessings to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Why politics now? After becoming an attorney, I've had the opportunity of being able to traverse different levels of the community and hearing the cry of people. And I've decided, instead of me just standing around, listening, and just being the voice at court, I've decided that I will now be the voice in Parliament. It's now that I feel it's not easy, but it's necessary.
Sealing that deal with Paco Deal. Hello. All the way. Paco.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. A key facility in the heart of downtown Freeport is back in operation, this time with a renewed purpose. After 6 months of reconstruction, the Department of Agriculture's Animal Control Unit and Public Market have officially reopened since closing mid-September of last year, marking a significant step forward for services on Grand Bahama. Jolanda Thompson-Everest has the details in this report.
Once closed for months are open again in downtown Freeport as the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources Animal Control Unit officially reopens following major renovations. Government officials, including Minister of Agriculture Jomo Campbell, were on hand for the rededication, marking what they say as a renewed push to improve services and restore activity to the area.
Today is not simply about reopening a building. Today is about reaffirming our commitment to you, the people of Grand Bahama.
The minister states that the rededication reflects ongoing investments, national development, and a commitment to the people.
A public market is more than a structure. Imagine, it is an economic hub. It creates direct opportunities for Bahamians to sell what they grow. And how about we turn our attention to the Animal Control Unit? An effective animal control unit is also essential to maintaining public health and safety and responsible management within our communities.
Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Neil Campbell, tells residents that the building reflects the community, adding that the Animal Control Unit plays a vital role in shaping how the Bahamas is perceived.
Renew your commitment in making this office a hub of activity that drives that energy to help rebuild this agricultural sector.
Encouraging unity, Director in the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Jason Sands, urges the Freeport Department to remain cohesive and work as a team toward the shared goal of improving food security.
We're having a task force throughout the islands. We have a peacock problem on island, raccoon problems, stray dogs, so this is an initiative by the minister to ensure that all of our islands are touched by the Ministry of Agriculture.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Well, in honor of our loving mothers this coming Mother's Day, the Urban Renewal Authority will be hosting a dedicated luncheon featuring matrons from all of the 7 urban centers on Grand Bahama. The luncheon is slated for this Thursday, May 7th at the Forster B. Pastiner Center with Acting Deputy Director for Urban Renewal, Lloyd Grant, noting this exclusive invitational event aims to be a distinctive one.
Our center managers who are represented here today have further chosen at this time to pay special homage to 7 maternal figures that represents motherhood across the length and breadth of Grand Bahama Island.
Grant adds the event also hopes to fully capture the holiday spirit of honoring the appreciated matriarchs in our families.
Today, that spirit of sacrifice has evolved. The maternal care now extends far beyond home borders, and it is enriching the wider community by making the essence of motherhood
We salute our Facebook friend of the day, Elizabeth Newbold. Thank you so much for your support, and we hope that you enjoyed your day. And that is a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
Well, the Freeport Rugby Club celebrated 60 years, and listen, they had an old man's game. I hope all of them are there being gay on it.
Okay, sounds exciting. That's coming your way next. Stay tuned.
See news in the making? Call us at 3529713 or 3595167, or you can email us at zns3news@gmail.com.
Parco Deal, candidate for Central Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. Seal the deal with Parco Deal. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Ginger Moxie, candidate for Pine Ridge, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. Ginger for the people, choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
People like me don't always get asked to lead, but I never waited to be asked to serve. I wasn't born into politics. I earned my way through service. As an educator, shaping young minds, as a police reserve officer, protecting our community, and for over a decade, serving you, the people of Central Grand Bahama. I've seen firsthand what our people face. Families working hard, but still struggling to get ahead. Communities needing more support, more opportunities, more action. Because here in Grand Bahama, we don't need just promises. We need leadership that understands the people. This campaign isn't about titles. It's about service. It's about community. It's about us. I'm Fraser Gibson, and I'm ready to continue to serve you in Central Grand Bahama.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
Election day is quickly approaching, and your participation is essential to our democracy. So make your plan to vote.
If you have registered in a previous election and haven't changed your constituency, you are still eligible to vote.
To vote, simply bring a valid form of ID, passport, or driver's license.
Polling stations will be opened in every constituency. Check your location and be prepared.
Voting is more than a right. It's your responsibility as a citizen of the Bahamas.
Your vote is your voice. Make sure it's heard.
A strong democracy depends on participation. Don't sit this one out.
And once you've cast your vote, be sure to stay with us for complete election coverage. The ZNS Network, your election headquarters.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave, everyone. I'm Shane Slugs. The Freeport Rugby Club celebrating its 60th birthday. And what better way to mark the occasion than with a few old man exhibition matches.
Some of these guys date back to the 70s and 80s. They first came here on tours. They met in tournaments and just a rugby connection. as well as the soccer guys and the hockey guys that used to play here back in the day. So, yeah, it's just it's the club and it's been here a long time. So we've had a lot of people come through.
In the opener, the Clayton Bootleggers out of Raleigh, North Carolina got the better of Gets RFC from Toronto 24-18.
Well, we always love coming back to Freeport, not just because they have a pool, but they're probably the best hosts we've ever come across, period. And when we heard it was their 60th birthday, we absolutely had to come.
Rugby is a big thing for us. We're big on culture and happy to be here and help you guys celebrate your 60th. It's hot down here. Yeah, but no, overall good. Love playing against y'all.
Then it was the hometown heroes, the Freeport Rugby Club, taking on the rest of the world. And they didn't disappoint. Plenty of scoring in this one, with Freeport putting the icing on the cake, cruising to a 36-16 win. Over on the baseball diamond, Grand Bahama Little League action continuing. In 10U play, another tight battle between the Bahama Rock Miners and Riviera and Associate Lions, but the Miners pull it out 11-8. They'd stay hot too, shutting out the Royals 12-0. In 16U action, the Yankees and Lions went back and forth, but the Yankees held on for a narrow 5-4 victory. And in 12U action, the Tigers took care of business, beating the FES Royals 8-4, then doubling up with an 11-4 win over the Silverline Builders. And tonight, VJ Edgecombe and the Philadelphia 76ers look to even up the Eastern Conference semifinal series when they face the New York Knicks in Game 2 at 7. The Sixers were routed in Game 1 on Monday, 137-98, with Edgecombe finishing with just 12 points in that loss. There will also be some tough sledding tonight, as the Sixers will be without big man Joel Embiid. And that's your sports fix this evening. Your local forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs, and always remember, every day is a blank canvas, so paint it with purpose.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Dr. Monique Pratt, the candidate for East Grand Bahama, is reminding you to exercise your right to vote on May 12th. Make your voice count at the polls. The prescription for progress. Choose progress. Paid for by the Progressive Liberal Party.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
I think you know the rest of the song. We are celebrating something special. Mothers. Our mothers are to be celebrated. So the Bahama Brass Band, along with the legendary Cooling Waters, are coming together for a celebration of a lifetime. It's Mother's Day Concert 2026. Come and join the Bahama Brass Band and the legendary Cooling Waters on Saturday, May 9th at Jubilee Cathedral, 6 p.m. 2026, under the patronage of the Minister for Grand Bahama and Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, Miss Ginger Moxie. Saturday, May 9th, 6 p.m. at Jubilee Cathedral. I want to see you there.
The F&M can't agree on anything except attacking everything started by the PLP. Now he's calling for a reset, but it's stop, review, and cancel again. New airports, school breakfast, upskill, the National Youth Guard, energy reforms. This crew would roll back progress. The FNM, not strong enough to lead us forward, but barely enough to drag us back.
Excitement building on the island of Grand Bahama as the government advances energy reform on this northern island as the Prime Minister signs an historic agreement. Hi, I'm Joe Davis-Rowe. Join me for a special program, Lighting the Way to Grand Bahama's Brighter Future, this Friday here on the ZNS Television Network at 8 p.m. That's Lighting the Way to Grand Bahama's Brighter Future, this Friday at 8 p.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for watching. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, ballot boxes make the trek to the parliamentary department following last night's debacle at the police headquarters. Representatives from both major parties say they're satisfied with the process. Plus, the push to stop the May 12th general election dismissed. We have reaction tonight from the complainant. And CARICOM observers arrive in country to monitor the upcoming general election. The Bahamas tonight. The National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Family Island ballot boxes now secured in a vault at the Parliamentary Registration Department after initial efforts to relocate them had to be postponed. That attempt led to a commotion at police headquarters just hours before. However, even after today's move, one party leader says he still has some concerns. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
It was a much calmer scene at police headquarters Wednesday morning as agents from the Free National Movement, the Coalition of Independents, and the Progressive Liberal Party gathered to inspect advance poll ballot boxes ahead of transport to the Parliamentary Registration Department. The scene far different from what unfolded at police headquarters Tuesday evening when FNM Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands and Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain and supporters protested the transport of the boxes amid what they criticized as short notice, only being notified of plans to relocate the ballots sometime after 3 p.m. Sands calls Wednesday's process a civilized one.
Representatives from each political organization, two of us from the COI, from the FNM, from the PLP, accompanied by members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Parliamentary Registration Department, would have inspected all of the advanced poll boxes. We noted that they were indeed intact. We identified the 11 Family Island advanced poll boxes, which you have seen move out of the vault and into this bus. We then watched as they secured the remaining advanced poll boxes.
COI leader Lincoln Bain, on the other hand, says those inspections revealed that a number of seals were broken or lifted on at least 5 ballot boxes, an issue he insists he raised, calling for the use of stronger seals to improve security.
We have a serious concern about that, and that's why we didn't want it to be kept here. If they have a vote at PRD, why did you keep it here? We went to the vote. There's no reason they could not have kept it there. And so it's concerning to us, and now we see that some of the seals seem to have been tampered with.
Contrary to Bain's claim, PLP Family Island's campaign coordinator Alex Storr says some of the cellophane tape on the boxes may have peeled a little, but they were not tampered with because all parties put their seals on the boxes and none were broken.
Even if Bahamians don't want to listen to me, the former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram himself said that elections can't be stolen. These boxes are secured at the police headquarters. There's no way access to the room where these items are contained.
In the coming days, those ballot boxes will be transported to the Family Islands ahead of Tuesday's general elections. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Now, the integrity of the voting process here in the Bahamas is generally considered stable, but like many democracies, it faces periodic concerns and scrutiny, especially around election periods. Here's a clear breakdown of how the system works and where the strengths and concerns lie. Now, Lloyd Allen takes a look.
Well, good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. Now, from a legal and constitutional perspective, elections here in the Bahamas are governed by the Constitution and laws such as the Parliamentary Elections Act. The Parliamentary Registration Department is the body responsible for maintaining the voter register, issuing voters' cards, and managing polling stations. Despite the introduction of a biometric card, the Bahamas still uses a manual voting process. That means ballots are cast and counted by hand. Party agents observe the count, and the results are recorded and verified on site. This transparency allows multiple stakeholders to witness the process directly. There is also the presence of party agents and observers. Political parties place representatives at polling stations to monitor the process, ensuring fairness and to challenge irregularities. Now, if needed, the courts in the Bahamas can hear election petitions, order recounts, and address constitutional breaches. The country has strong legal foundations and transparency mechanisms. And further, if there are any errors on the voter register, the system provides for a verification backup on the counterfoil. If your name is misspelled or slightly incorrect, you are still identified as a correct voter. Now, once you're allowed to vote, the counterfoil ensures your ballot is officially recorded as issued to allow for a paper trail, even if the register had a minor issue. Also, the use of indelible ink is a small detail that plays a big role in protecting election integrity in the Bahamas. The main purpose is to prevent double voting. Once a voter's finger is marked, that voter cannot go to another polling station and vote without being detected. Protecting the ballot boxes is a critical part of the election integrity here in the Bahamas, and because the system is largely manual and security relies on strict procedures, there are physical safeguards and constant oversight by police. So then, can elections be stolen? Former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, continues to argue otherwise.
Let's not yourself over where they can thief an election from you. You can't thief an election in the Bahamas. We got too many guardrails, we got too many rules and whatnot, too many experienced people for that to happen.
Meantime, former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, argues, saying that the country's electoral system is as good as it could be. Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson has issued a similar assurance. That was last month.
There's no reason to be reluctant or be over concerned about the register. There are so many protocols in place. We have the registration team that they have to go through several checks before they send it up to the computer team. They go through certain checks before things are on the register. And it's a back and forth thing. If anything is identified, it is dealt with as quickly as possible.
Now, still, the Parliamentary Commissioner pressed on PRD staffers to be honest and upright on May 12th. Reporting from studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen. Makushla.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. In related news tonight, the Progressive Liberal Party on the ground in the Maikal constituency today with a planned rally in Inagua tonight. Party supporters, headed by Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis, made a stop in Crooked Island and Acklands, urging supporters there to choose progress and not to turn back with the Free National Movement.
That is what the FNM is saying, that the country is time to reset. Now, what does that mean? You would have heard before they have the other policy of just a fancy word now to cover up what they usually do. You know, the one they call the stop, the review and cancel.
Well, as you just heard, parties ramping up their machineries in this final stretch before Election Day. Tonight, the multi-island constituency of Maikal. Last night, it was Eleuthera, where throngs of PLP supporters poured into the Longley Newberry Park in Savannah Sound to hear the party's plan for progress for that island. Alia Cooper has that story.
Longley Newberry Park in Savannah Sound, Eleuthera transformed into a vibrancy of blue and gold as supporters turned out in their numbers for the Progressive Liberal Party's Rally for Progress. The atmosphere, electric, flags waving, music pulsing, and supporters locked in as speakers took the stage one by one, each driving home their message ahead of Decision Day. Among them, Deputy Prime Minister the Honourable Chester Cooper, who painted a vision for the future, calling the next term in office the era of ownership.
We don't just want you to wipe at the front desk. We want you to own the hotel. We don't just want you to carry the luggage. We want you owning the lodge. That's exactly what Place Winning and the PLP is doing.
North Eleuthera candidate Sylvanus Petty zeroed in on land ownership.
We are granting over 300 Crown land grants in North Eleuthera. 300. The Prime Minister promised me that he would be back in 5 days to deliver the Crown land grants to the people of North Eleuthera.
Central and South Eleuthera candidate Clay Sweeting also took the stage, rallying supporters and reinforcing the party's commitment to development and opportunity across the island.
We are renovating every airport on the island of Eleuthera. We will continue to encourage responsible development. This is to secure heritage for generations to come.
And then Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis closing out the night with a broad vision for Eleuthera's future.
So you'll be having better airports, more affordable homes, stronger broadband, support for farmers, fishermen, small businesses, and tourism entrepreneurs. And more workforce housing so that people who work hard in these communities can afford to live and raise their families in these communities.
From start to finish, it was a night filled with energy, optimism, and a clear message from the platform. The push for progress is far from over. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, scheduled to take the stage tonight during part 2 of the Free National Movement's SOS Mass Rally at the Old Carnival Grounds is the party's former leader and former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Hubert Ingraham. On the beat for us, our LaDon Davis. LaDon?
Makushla, let me tell you, it's scorching hot out here, but in about an hour or so, hundreds, if not thousands, of Free National Movement supporters will converge here on the Old Carnival side grounds to hear a strong message from the Free National Movement as to why supporters and the viewing audience should vote for them on Election Day. Now, I'm joined by the Torchbearers Association President, Xavier Knowles. Xavier, come on in here. Talk to me a little bit about, I know a lot of heavy hitters are on the list to speak tonight at this rally. Tell us a little bit about who will be speaking tonight.
Well, it's a pleasure to be on ZNS with you, LaDon. Tonight we will have former Torchbearers Heather McDonald. We will have former Torchbearer Lincoln Deal. We'll have Mr. Gadville McDonald from Angleton. We will have Jay Philippe from being in Grand Sound, Arinthia Komalafe from Carmichael. We will have Papa as well, who will make a special appearance tonight. We'll have Michael Bonnet-Ellis from Kalani, and we'll have our leader. Our leader is currently speaking in Bimini tonight and will fly all the way here to Nassau to mount this stage and speak to the thousands of people that will gather here tonight.
And speaking of Bimini, I know that there's also a rally in Bimini tonight. Talk us a little bit about, I guess, the mood of the people there and how confident is the Free National Movement in the Family Island?
Well, in Bimini, we have a very, a great candidate in Carlton Boleg. Carlton Boleg, having served as a former customs officer, was stationed in Bimini. So he has worked in Bimini. He currently lives in Bimini, and as you know, as a former member of Parliament for North Andros and the Berry Islands, he has represented Berry Islands. So it has been a great fit, and the people of the Berry Islands and Bimini have been calling for Carlton to come and represent them because they know the results that he will bring to that community.
And there are still a few young supporters or voters who are still undecided. 6 days out, Election Day is 6 days out. What can the Free National Movement do, I guess, to attract more voters to vote for them on Election Day?
Well, firstly, tune into tonight. Tune into our rally as well on May 11th, the night before the election. We'll continue to lay out our plans. You will hear from our leader, you will hear from our candidates on why you should elect the Free National Movement. The Free National Movement has a history of being an accountable and transparent government. In '92, we opened the airwaves so that Bahamians can get information from various sources. We've done the groundwork with the Freedom of Information Act. We've done things to transform this country, and we will continue to do that when we become the government on May 12th.
All right, Xavier, thank you so much. And there you have it. Makushla, the final rally for the Free National Movement, will be here in Nassau and in Freeport. Well, Code Red is definitely on the move. Back to you in studio, Makushla.
Well, thanks, LaDon. Coming up, general election injunction denied. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report. There's more news in a moment.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
That crispy onions crunch, take a bite, instant smile. Sweet onion sauce drip, happy running down my side. Pepper jack cheese, bring a little playful wild. Brioche bun soft like a cloud on this ride. Oh, let's get chicken with it. Hey. Taste the sweet side of things. Every single bite, so litty. Got my whole crew doing their thing. Crispy onions, sweet onion sauce. Pepper jack cheese, going off. Brioche bun, sitting pretty. Let's get
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash. There's Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh,
I would change day too, but I don't wait in line. I pay online.
Stop it. How you do that?
Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for an online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again.
Amen to that.
Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind.
Like, what you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special plate.
How many would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas. We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
It's a special day for Mom and she deserves the best. Bring her into Baja and let's de-stress. We'll pamper her and make her feel safe. Get Mom a nice spa day.
Come visit us at Baja Retreat Spa. Purchase the gifts for Mom and call us today at 323-6711.
Pamper her and make her feel safe. Get Mom a nice spa day.
Well, you're looking at a shot there of the Ministry of Social Services Information and Broadcasting on John F. Kennedy Drive. And that shot, courtesy of our drone pilot, Shane Gibson. Thanks, Shane. Welcome back to the Bahamas. Well, the Bahamas Constitution Party's push to postpone the 2026 general election has been denied. Supreme Court Justice Leif Farquharson, KC, handed down the ruling this afternoon after hearing arguments from both sides. The complainant, political activist, and BCP servant leader Ali McIntosh, and respondent, the government. In just 5 minutes, Justice Farquharson noted that the application for the injunction was denied, adding that the details of the ruling will be forwarded to the applicants and legal representatives for the Attorney General's office within the next 2 days. Despite the setback, though, McIntosh says her fight continues.
We do believe that our case was very strong. We were able to provide submissions and authorities as to when an election has to be postponed, rescheduled, or an injunction has to happen in regards to mostly defective register. We believe that we should have gotten an injunction based on the case. But we will listen and see what it is he has to say. The point is the infractions and the breaches that we have spoken for is very clear. It's not speculative. With both the fraudulent cases that we're concerned about in the infringement of the sovereignty, in the infringement of foreigners into the general election. So those are cases that still needs to be remedied. The matter of the behavior of the parliamentary commissioner and the matter of the effectiveness of the register.
Well, a 12-member team, meantime, for the CARICOM election observation mission is in the Bahamas ahead of the upcoming general election, continuing its role of promoting free and fair electoral processes across the region. Observers will be stationed on New Providence in Grand Bahama and will meet with key election stakeholders to identify concerns ahead of the election. Herman St. Helen, mission chief, says they will be closely monitoring several key indicators on election day.
Some of the things that we'll be looking for is, one, the quality of the performance of the staff. Are they well trained? Are they adhering to election rules and regulations as provided? Is there a disparity in the instructions given to the voters? the election day workers easily identifiable. The amount of time taken within the polling stations, observance of the law as it pertains to the 100 yards, and issues like this.
In other news tonight, a harrowing discovery on the grounds of an East Bay Street insurance company. Our Vaughn Albury is on the scene and has the details. Vaughn?
I'm outside of Family Gardens corporate headquarters off Village Road, where it is reported that a man committed suicide on the grounds. I can tell you also that we have been denied access to Family Gardens corporate headquarters, so we are waiting official word from the police. Also, there are a number of persons here, perhaps co-workers, employees, and police officials conducting their initial investigation. Now, it is reported that in the Bahamas, suicides are increasing. In 2024, there were 10 suicides with 42 suicide attempts. In 2025, there were 16 suicide and a whopping 62 suicide attempts. 12 of those 16, men. Police report that there is help available. So if you need help, please call the Crisis Center at 328-0922 or the National Hotline at 322-2763. The National Hotline is 322-2763. So we await official word from the police on what happened here. But I can also tell you that the body of the man was found in the garage of the Family Garden corporate headquarters. Reporting from Village Road for the Bahamas Tonight, I am Vaughn Albury. Back to you in studio.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
5 cars, catch the keys, don't blink, take these.
Island Luck is giving away 5 brand new cars. Earn 10 reward points for a chance to enter and win. Enter weekly from Monday 12 a.m. to Sunday 2 p.m. Winners are announced Sundays at 3 p.m. on 103.5 The Beat and Island Luck Socials. 5 cars, 5 weeks. The more you play, the better your chances. Visit islandluck.com for more information. Catch the keys only at Island Luck.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
5 years, we struggle as they rule. Our economy in ruins. Job prospects dried up. Hundreds of millions spent on no-bid contracts. Illegal immigrants flooded our communities. Our schools and hospitals broken. And healthcare unaffordable. Now they want 5 more years. If they get it, our future, our Bahamas, is gone. No more. Under the F&M, that changes because they know their job is to work for you, not the few.
Near. Far. Where can I get 3 flavors in one pizza?
In here, at Little Caesars.
Ahoy! Then I'll take it for a great price.
It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza.
3 flavors, 1 happy you for just $11 VAT inclusive. Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Midnight ward in the red lights below. Nurses breathe grace, but the pain won't go. Head is the weight on the sick tonight. Too many souls in a losing fight. Broken jaw waiting, no surgeon in sight. Child in the hallway crying all night. Girl in emergency gasping for breath. No tools in the ward fighting death. Running those halls with fire in her chest. Searching for the steel they failed to invest. Back to her office through rage and through night. Just to find something to save that life. Rise up now. Rise up now. Rise up now. Dr. MacGyver. Rise up now. Midnight ward in the red lights blow. Yeah.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, we're going to lighten things up a bit, and for that, we're going to lean heavily on Royston and Malene tonight. We're going to give us a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now.
Good evening, Mukushla. Feel free to heavy lean indeed. Now, tonight we've got a story of pen pals meeting for the first time in person, but I think pen pals, when I was growing up, had a whole different meaning now, or then, than it did now.
Yeah, like you
actually
have to learn to format your letter,
Correct.
get the address right, you know, start with the dearest whoever.
Correct.
I never had a real pen pal. I always wanted one, but I feel you had one, didn't you?
I had one. I was very inconsistent with the writing part. I had to be helped quite a bit with my parents, but I did get a few letters back and forth.
Did you ever have one?
Okay, I did. In a far-off land, and I'm glad about that.
Thank God for email.
Never met the person, though, but hey.
Find their address and give them an update. Be like, you'll never believe what I do for work now.
That's coming up tonight.
Let's stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas. We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism. We're supporting Bahamian athletes.
Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island.
The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melty mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
After I was in a plane crash in June 1983, I lost my left arm. I had some good friends, came along, fishing guides. They said, man, we can teach you to fly fish. Exuma, exuma. Can you see? Look at it, man. One of the nicest places you want to be in the world. There were challenges learning to cast, learning to put a fly on a leader, learning to tie the different knots. For me, as a handicapped individual, as a matter of fact, I don't really feel handicapped because I could do everything, man. Anything anybody could do, I think I could do it too. Because put your mindset to do anything, no matter what you are, what you look like, what's happening to you, you can do it. Persons in our positions, it's hard to get fundings and very, very expensive. SBDC would be helpful in regards to help funding people with disabilities. So nothing is impossible if you're disabled, any kind of disability. Put faith in God and trust God. Believe you will overcome.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Every job I've had, I've learned something invaluable. When I was in construction, my brother made us look for the screws and the nails in the dirt because your job could be held up if you ran out of nails. One of the sayings was, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. You are always on the clock. The FNM knows a strong economy means better jobs, more money in people's pocket, and a real comeback. And our team will work every day to make it happen.
Let's make
with a house, a car, and kids. I love the way we live. I got it covered. BAF has got me covered. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. BAF has got you covered. I know it. Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
At the Tourism Development Corporation's recent Future Economy Pitch Competition, Executive Director for the TDC, Ian Ferguson, and CEO of Yachtlist, Lionel Smith, showed how such events open the way for young aspiring entrepreneurs.
This is very special for us today because we focus in on young people between the ages of 18 to 35 who have brilliant ideas across the blue, the green, and the orange economy. We are really just delighted because within the span of 2 weeks of really making this known to the public, we got over 150 persons vying for the grant funding. 150 businesses across 9 islands of the Bahamas. And of course, narrowing that down to just 18 persons who are actually pitching in the room, we still got, quite a great cross-section. 4 islands represented: Andros, Exuma, Grand Bahama, and New Providence. And again, strong persons pitching today in the blue, the green, and the orange economies.
It was a pretty seamless process. We had a very good idea that we wanted to try and launch. We collaborated with my 2 other partners inside the company, and we saw the opportunity that the TDC was offering us, applied, and very thankful. I think this competition, like others that are happening right now, are opportunities. A very long time ago, Beeman found opportunities in other different ventures. And I think this is just allowing a new wave of young Beemans at that. I think the age range was 18 to 35 or so, which allowed a lot of young entrepreneurs to really get their start out here. And I was just really impressed by what I saw, like great ideas and amazing stuff that happened today.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Welcome back to another episode of The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. Today, I'm stepping into the shoes of a crossing guard. Let's see how it goes. Come here, hey, stop the car. Put your window down. Listen, there's 2 stop signs through this corner. One at the end of the corner, and this. You gotta respect both. You hear me, sir? Let's go, keep rolling, don't let it happen again. Every day, crossing guards are up and on duty way before you even get up to start your day. And today, I'm gonna spend the day with them, rested and double vested, to see what it takes to keep our kids and our streets safe. Heading good.
I've been doing this now for about 6 months. And what made me want to become a crossing patrol officer is the love for the children, to protect the children, the safety of the children. I've noticed that everybody is always in a heat and rush, and they don't have the full understanding of what is the importance of us doing this job. The importance of us doing this job is for the safety of our children. Good.
That's your $5. You need that?
I have kids of my own, and they're very grown, so to come back out here and help these children along the way and be a mentor, to be somebody that inspires the children is very, very rewarding for me.
As a crossing patrol officer, one of the most important things that you need to know, and that is paramount, is that our kids come first. And the ultimate goal, once again, is the safety of our kids in crossing our streets. Early in the morning, you have high traffic.
We gotta go. Let's go, we gotta go.
The most difficult part is being able to create a gap within the traffic so that we can safely navigate our kids across the streets.
Driver, please stop your car. You're trying to see the kids cross from there and far. Driver, when you see this, then stop. Because if you don't stop, then your car could drop in a pothole. And like you say, see, I tell you slow down because the children got to get in the schoolyard.
5 years, we struggle as they rule. Our economy in ruins. Job prospects dried up.
Hundreds of millions spent on no-bid contracts. Illegal immigrants flooded our communities, our schools and hospitals broken, and healthcare unaffordable. Now they want 5 more years. If they get it, our future, our Bahamas, is gone. No more. Under the F&M, that changes, because they know their job is to work for you, not the few.
And new blood banks hit the streets seeking to bring relief and hope to a long-standing issue.
Plus, the Bahamas snags 13 nominations at the World Travel Awards. Those details straight ahead.
Also, student pen pals meet each other for the first time. Stay close for that.
And your Access Now Total Sports Report is coming up.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royson Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
May is Cancer Awareness Month, and it often encourages people to have conversations they may be putting off, to get checked in or to check in, to get screened, or simply to show support in ways that matter. And I think more people often realize sometimes they matter a lot more than others.
And that's why the conversation around it does matter so much, because awareness isn't just about statistics or campaigns. It's about support, early detection, encouragement, and making sure people don't feel like they're alone and having to go through those moments.
Absolutely. Even the smallest show of support can go a long way, even when you're not quite sure what to say or do. And with that said, let's dive right into the news. A new chapter in national healthcare is rolling into communities as efforts to strengthen the nation's blood supply take a more direct and accessible approach. Our Shaquille Dames has the story.
The Public Hospitals Authority marking a major milestone with the launch of its new mobile blood bank, an initiative aimed at tackling long-standing challenges around blood donation and access. Managing Director of Public Hospitals Authority, Albernette Roll, says the move comes after years of concern about maintaining a steady and accessible blood supply.
And so from sitting in this seat in the past 4.5 years, we've had concerns about blood, not only the donation of blood, but also the accessibility of persons being able to donate blood. And so this morning, we're very excited to note that the PHA, along with civic partners, have invested in ensuring that we have a mobile vehicle that has the capacity to take blood from those persons willing to donate for the community.
And while improving access has been a key concern, Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, says the mobile unit also represents a shift in how quickly and effectively the system can respond, particularly for patients in urgent need.
I believe with this mobile unit, we will find that many of the challenges that we currently face at the Princess Margaret Hospital, we will be able to resolve them, because now, rather than patients coming to us, we have the capability to go to them, and that speaks volume, because we can go and we could do drives in various different locations, at our malls, at our public facilities, and to be able to get the blood and take it back to our facilities for testing. We have many patients who family members are at our tertiary health care institutions needing blood. And so the requests will go out in the community. And when the requests go out in the community, we have the capability to respond. That's one area. The second area is that it gives us the ability now to move very rapidly into public domain areas where we can actually gather around and get people to donate.
Officials say this new blood bank truck will bring donation services directly to communities, making it easier for Bahamians to give back blood and strengthening the national supply. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shaquille Dames.
Thanks, Shaquille. The Bahamas racking up 13 nominations at the 2026 World Travel Awards, one of the highest honors in global travel and tourism. Following 3 big wins in 2025 for Caribbean's leading luxury island destination, Caribbean's leading sports tourism destination, and Caribbean's leading business travel destination, the Bahamas returns this year with an expanded presence across key categories, further reinforcing its position as a premier global destination. The country's nominations for 2026 include Caribbean's leading beach destination, Caribbean's leading business travel destination, Caribbean's leading family travel destination, Caribbean's leading tourist board, and Caribbean's most romantic destination. And you can help the Bahamas bring home the win in these categories. Voting for the World Travel Awards is now open at www.worldtravelawards.com and closes June 19th.
Meanwhile, the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board is welcoming their new chairman, Bahamar President and CEO Graham Davis. In a statement, the promotion board says the appointment comes at a time of continued growth and strong global demand for Nassau and Paradise Island. Mr. Davis says he's honored to be named chairman and eager to get to work as the board promotes what makes our destination so unique, noting that through his time at Bahamar, he's seen firsthand the strength and appeal of the destination. Adding that he looks forward to working with industry partners, Davis noted the destination's strong foundation and the keen desire to further elevate Nassau and Paradise Island on the global stage. Davis succeeds John Conway, general manager of the Ocean Club, a Four Seasons resort, who served as chairman for the past decade.
Have you ever had a pen pal? Well, just ahead of National Pen Pal Day on June 1st, a group of primary school students is getting a head start. Wes Calix Forbes tells us more about the Pen Pal Connect project.
When was the last time you wrote a letter to a friend? For the past 7 months, some budding writers at Cleveland Aeneas, Gerald Cash Primary, and the Kids in Action Homeschool have become pen pals, writing letters to each other, all part of their school's Pen Pal Connect program. The teacher-led initiative was designed to sharpen communication skills and help students fall in love with a dying art.
I came up with the idea to do a pen pal initiative because I wanted to boost the students' love for writing. Everyone considers writing to be boring, so we wanted to think of a fun way, an engaging way for students to, get into it. So I contacted a teacher who was in another district.
Pen Pal Connect isn't just about letters. Organizers say they've seen a noticeable improvement in students' writing abilities, confidence, and social skill, proving that once creatively implemented, going back to basics really does pay off.
When they first came in, of course, they had their challenges, but then, of course, with the additional one-on-one help, they were able to proceed, and they're doing extremely well. This initiative also assisted them with their confidence, putting pencil to paper, and then even being able to voice their opinions and ideas.
We started off at a kind of low percentage because the summer slide, so boosting them, and so now we are at about 67, so we're getting there. Yes, so the students are improving, so we see the program is working.
It brought a lot of excitement. They were very enthusiastic about receiving letters, sending letters, getting to meet their pen pals. Every single day, Ms. Julian, when are we going to meet our pen pals?
And after months of sharing letters, the kids finally got to meet their pen pals today. 4th grade Uriel Sayers says once he got the first letter, he knew his pen pal would become a long-life friend.
Something I learned about them is that they can be very joyful at times. And sometimes they're very unpredictable. I'm very excited to meet them today. And the reason is they seem like someone who I would love to meet.
From handwritten letters to real-life meetups, this initiative proves writing is still an art worth exploring at any age. For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Thanks so much, Wes. That's a great program with like a twofold impact.
Yes,
improving your writing and connecting people across the country.
Yes.
That's so cute. Meanwhile, still to come, our Matea Stewart takes a look at how artificial intelligence is shaping the political landscape ahead of next week's general election.
And of course, Diane Dorsett has your Access weather forecast, so stay close.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas. We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism.
We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
Don't stray this May. Continue to save when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Best Value Kernel Corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Rainbow Corn Beef, 12 ounces, $2.39. First Choice Sugar, 4 pounds, $2.59. Iceberg Lettuce, $2.79 each. Whole chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. If you want to pay less, you want to shop more at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
It's Wednesday, the 6th day of May, and it's time for your Access weather forecast. So let's take a look at what's shaping our weather for the next few days. Things are heating back up as sunshine and dry weather settle in through the rest of the week. High pressure remains in control, keeping skies mostly sunny and rain chances low through Friday. Our satellite picture shows some high clouds over the northwest Bahamas, while the rest of the island chain, is enjoying nearly clear skies. Now let's take a look at what's happening over our seas. For all areas tonight and tomorrow, we'll get southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots with seas at 2 to 4 feet, a high tide at 12:04 in the morning, followed by a low tide at 6:35. Then in the northwest and central Bahamas on Friday, winds that'll be light and variable, seas at 1 to 3 feet, a low tide at 7:23 in the morning, and a high tide at 1:13 in the afternoon. In the southeast Bahamas, easterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. It is time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I answer for much, I just want it now. Oh, darling, keep looking, peeping until I see stop. I answer for too much, oh girl, I just want it now. Oh, darling, keep looking, peeping, looking until I see stop. Girl, I was so thankful when you let me in. Oh, girl, I was hungry, starving, my stomach had pain. You gave me some food, Lord, from the sweet pot. And girl, it did take some.
That was your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that wraps up your Access weather forecast. But join me again at 11 for a full weather update. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thanks, Diane. Well, as artificial intelligence continues to evolve, so too does its potential impact on political communication. Even something as familiar as a campaign billboard can now be digitally altered with surprising ease. Our Matea Stewart digs a bit deeper to explore the question, will AI influence the vote?
Every election season in the Bahamas, voters are used to seeing posters, billboards, and campaign speeches shaping public opinion. But what if what you were seeing wasn't real? As artificial intelligence continues to evolve, political messaging is entering a new and uncharted space. Using AI technology, we created a simulated example to show how easily political imagery can be altered. This is not a real candidate, but it looks convincing enough to raise concern. This type of technology is known as generative AI, capable of creating realistic human faces, altering identities, and producing political-style content in seconds. Around the world, similar tools have been already used to create deepfake videos and misleading campaign materials. The danger isn't just fake content, it's believable fake content spreading faster than the truth. So, as the Bahamas heads deeper into an election season, the question becomes simple. If what you see can be created by a machine, how do you decide what's real? And who do you trust when everything looks real? But artificial intelligence isn't only a risk. Political teams can also use AI to communicate more effectively, helping draft messages, create campaign visuals, and even translate information to reach more voters across different communities. For smaller campaigns, it can also level the playing field by reducing the cost of producing high-quality content. So as campaigns begin to embrace artificial intelligence, it can inform or it can mislead. And for voters, knowing the difference may matter now more than ever. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Matea Stewart.
Thanks so much, Matea.
Yeah, I think it's a very valid question, but I also think that brings home the fact that regardless of what the billboard says, AI or not, you shouldn't be getting all of your information just from one source. Always double check if it's good or bad. We've been dealing with misinformation for probably about 10 years now, where you could get random fake news stories. double check your sources.
Very easy. I mean, the age of misinformation is very easy to get fooled. So, I mean, AI has a ton of incredible tools, personal assistants, editing videos. As we were talking about earlier, I don't think it takes away the role of the creative, but you have to be so careful with its use, and maybe some more regulation in the future, especially when it's being used maliciously, is definitely needed. So something to think about for everyone involved here.
Double check and triple check.
Double check, triple check, quadruple check. Stay with us. Sports with Amajal Knowles is right after the break.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas. We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism. We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Island. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
It features festivals, Mother's Day, and 31 days to save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Robin Hood flour, 5.5 pounds, $4.99. Center cut pork chops, $2.89 per pound. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, 99 cents per pound. Sweet mangoes, 2 for $3. Sea bass raw shrimp, $41.50, 12 ounces, $4.99. If you want to pay less, you want to shop more at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Welcome to your midweek sports check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, talking sports from the NBA playoffs. DeAndre Ayton with another double-double, but this time it wouldn't be enough. The Lakers falling to the OKC Thunder 108-90 to lose Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals. Again, Ayton with 10 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block over 27 minutes. The double-double was his 4th of the postseason in 7 games. Game 2 is set for Thursday at 9:30 p.m. In golf news, Bahamas Golf Federation in high spirits after Team Bahamas won the 2026 Caribbean Golf Classic tournament in the Dominican Republic last month. The men's team competed across several flights, emerging as the winner, and the women's team tied for second in their division. ZNS Total Sports team catching up with BGF President Linford Miller and a few other golfers at the Blue Owl driving range who spoke about the experience.
Well, for me, it was a great experience being president, and so this is the first international win I would say that I've had under my belt. So it's a good feeling. It was proud to be there representing Team Bahamas and doing my bits to help us pull through.
It was fun, mostly. I love playing golf. It was a lot of fun. I like being competitive, so it's a good way to scratch that competitive itch that I've had for a while. So it was a good experience.
It was very special. This was my first time competing in the Caribbean Classic. I was not quite prepared, but I did play very well for what I was not prepared for. So I would say that we're really proud to represent the country.
Don't think about winning, because that distracts from what you do. Golf is a funny sport, and if you say you're going to win, golf tries to teach you a lesson. So I went down there to play my best and to enjoy the sport and the camaraderie of the other Caribbean personnel.
The event was actually the 5th time participating, and this one was very important for me because you never know when you're going to have a chance again to represent your country. And winning at this time, like I say, is very good. I'm not getting any younger, as you all know. And so I want to make sure that if I don't have a chance to represent the Bahamas in 2027, which I'm sure I will, but this one was good for me because I won at this point, and that's very important for me.
And as for what the win means for Bahamian golf.
Well, I think the last time Team Bahamas won was over a decade ago, so it feels really great, to come out with a win because we've been competing several years now, and actually each year going back and coming close to the top, but not being able to actually pull it off. And this year we actually did it, so it's an amazing opportunity.
We hope we could attract more young people into the game. It's very important to start at a young age, and for me, I started when I was in my 30s. But for young kids starting at beginners is very, very important. I hope we can attract more young people to the game, and so they can enjoy it and represent the country at large.
To the pitch, University of the Bahamas Mingo's men's soccer team returned to action in the Men's Soccer League Knockout Cup semifinal. They will take on Dynamos FC at the Roscoe Davies soccer pitch. Kevin Thomas opened the scoring in the game for UB in the 30th minute. Midfielder Ronaldo Green tried to make it 2-0 before the half, but it was saved. UB led 1-0 at the half. Dynamo scored 2 goals early in the second half to go up 2-1, but UB's Klerjeski scored a free kick to equalize the match. Thomas scored his second goal of the match in injury time to put his side up 3-2. Dynamos responded with a breakaway goal just before the full-time whistle as the game ended 3-3 and needed a penalty shootout to determine who moved on to the final. UB made 4 penalty shots while the Dynamos scored 5 in 6 attempts to sour UB's goal of winning both the league and the Knockout Cup.
This is our second loss locally for the year, and 4th if you include all of our international matches. So this isn't a feeling that we're really used to. We planned and worked to win 2 trophies this year. Unfortunately, it won't happen, but we have the 3rd place game to look forward to, and hopefully we can improve our performance for that. I feel like we fought hard, we fought strong. We did everything we supposed to do. We just made a few mistakes at the end.
That's me. Look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean, removing up to 100% of deposits, restoring your engine to perform like new. All new Restore and Protect, another first by Valvoline, distributed by Battery and Tire Specialists.
We're expanding opportunities by investing in our people.
Opportunities like Upskill Bahamas. We created our first national apprenticeship program.
We're promoting Bahamian ownership in tourism. We're supporting Bahamian athletes. Our first National Youth Guard.
We're building new roads and airports across the Family Islands. The world will keep changing, but so will we. And we're just getting started.
Go online to read our blueprint for progress.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy,